Hi there, 2022 has hit us with a bang, and let's get on with it. This is This Week in F1. Lewis Hamilton to take a sabbatical? Well, whether you're a fan of the Sir of Speed or not, he's a pretty important part of the current F1 puzzle, since his self-enforced social media exile after the admittedly hard-to-swallow loss to Max Super Max last season. Reports won't go away that Hamilton may be considering a year off. I heard from senior sources close to Lewis that whether or not he will be on the grid for the first race of the season is still unclear at this point, said Craig Slater of Sky Sports. We're also going on to say all the options might be on the table, even a sabbatical year for Lewis if he doesn't feel ready to come back in 2022. Wow, so is Lewis Hamilton having a prolonged cry, or is he trying to force the FIA's hand to get some rule changes done that he wants done? Look, the guy's nothing to prove, and age has caught up with him a little like it does to all of us. But it must be extremely tempting for him to have a go at that 8th title, beat the highly rated George the Jack Russell, and slap Yoss's kid off his little orange pedestal. PETA sends Domenicali dead dog. What? Is this a scene from The Godfather? And if you don't know what that is, go watch it. It's one of the greatest movies ever. Apparently, because of Liberty Media's sponsorship of a dog sled race in Alaska or the North Pole or flipping Lesotho or the Sahara Desert for all I care, the strange PETA files, PETA Philiacs, PETA lights, call them whatever you want, those really nice people who throw people wearing animal furs with paint, have now sent Domenicali a fake dead dog covered in fake blood. Which leads me to the question, how do you know if a fake dog is dead or alive? And how do you know if it's fake blood or like somebody messed ketchup on it, tomato sauce, whatever you call it? Well, now I'm thoroughly confused. PETA said on their website, what do ExxonMobil, Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola all have in common? After learning about the cruelty of the whatever the race's name is, and hearing from supporters of PETA entities, they pulled their sponsorships and cut all ties with the deadly dog race. I am all for the good treatment of animals, and if the dogs get hurt, it should be stopped. I will, however, continue to eat as many sheep and cattle as I possibly can, without torturing them first, or assaulting people who don't share my specific point of view. Ferrari go with aggressive new nose. Well, first of all, I don't know what an aggressive new nose is. It sounds like a nose job gone wrong. But either way, with the new season approaching rapidly, news has come out about Ferrari's new nose design. According to the Formula.Uno website, the little horsies that Enzo loved so much have also gone with a pull rod configuration on the front suspension, which would be, and I quote, in stark contrast to the push rod suspension geometry seen on the previous single-seaters. Apparently this decision has been taken, again I quote, largely because of aerodynamics, because, and I quote, the pull rod configuration allows the flow to be redirected towards the bottom of the car and straight into the cooling inlets, which should also be lower, all matched by a more compact rear end, thanks to the cooling gills allowed by the new regulations. Now, I know what this looks like. Of course, we've all seen the stuff from the outside, but I don't really understand much about this, and I'm just quoting Formula.Uno. It is, however, pretty clear that McLaren do know what this means, as they seemingly have a similar idea for their own 2022 car, which excites me greatly, because I want to see the awesome McLaren-Ferrari battle of last season continue. Ferrari are quietly optimistic about their 22 car, but sporting director Lauren Mekies, sporting director of Ferrari, has said it would be very naive to think it will be easy to close the gap to Mercedes and the Red Cows. 5 teams can challenge in 22, or that's what George Russell thinks anyway, which after the previous article means Laurent with a surname I cannot pronounce may think George Russell is naive, doesn't it? Oh, that's nice. Either way, Mercedes' new Bottas, or hopefully new Rosberg, seems to think that, saying, I truly believe there are 5 teams all capable of really doing something special next year, so you've got to be absolutely on it, and I think development is going to be absolutely key. I personally wonder if that is what Mr. Russell really thinks, or if he's just joining the Helmut Marko, Spice by Hornet, Totonator club of getting mind games in early. I believe Russell has genuine pace, and I believe he can push Lewis. Time will tell, however, if they can win an incredible 9th Constructors' title for Mercedes. Kimi won't be seen at races. Well, I miss Mr. Raikkonen already. Bernie Eccleston said Kimi was the last of the non-robotic drivers, and I tend to agree with the old fella. So after 349 starts, 21 wins, 103 podiums and 1 driver's title, Kimi has said, "What I already know, driving is the only thing I liked about it. I may never set foot in the paddock again. Formula 1 was never my life." No one seems to know what Kimi will do with his time from now on, and I doubt that he will become a clown at kids' parties. Well, I guess it's not impossible. And when asked about future plans, he responded, "My kids want a dog. But we haven't decided yet. Maybe it's enough for them that I will now spend more time at home again." Can't we clone him, please? Can't we clone Kimi so he can have both ways? Mazepin, the magnificent, ever the humble person that he is, who certainly made it to Formula 1 on merit and not because his dad pays his way. Nikita Mazepin has given himself a rating of 4 out of 5 stars for his debut season. So what if he was consistently the slowest guy on track, or that fellow rookie teammate Mick Schumacher beat him so badly that his daddy had to build a new chassis for him, which he of course broke shortly thereafter. Daddy's rubles told Crash.net, "I never think that you should get a 5, because 5 is excellence, and I don't know what excellence is. Today it might be excellent, but I realize I can do something more tomorrow. So 4 is the maximum I can give myself. So I guess 4 for sticking through it because the times were really tough this year at certain points. Probably a 3 for adaptation because that hasn't been my strong point and I keep improving on it." Guess he's adapting then, isn't he? So very, very humble, Mr. Mazepin. If he got a 4 out of 5, I wonder what he gave somebody like Lando or Max. Probably a 3 for Norris, because his Russian isn't as good as Mazepin's. And a 2 for Max, because Jos couldn't afford to buy Red Bull. What a ridiculous little Russian kid this is. I wonder what he would do if he had to spend a year or so living in South Africa as a normal person. Thought for the week. And I read to you John 16:33. "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Jesus tells us we will have some tough times, but if you stick it out in Him, you'll get through it, mate. He's already done this. Leaving you with some memes. I hope you like them because I had a good laugh at these. Check us out on Facebook, hit the subscribe button and share the video. You know you want to, because secretly I know that you feel it is your mission in life to help us grow this channel. God bless and enjoy the off season. See you again soon.